Hello, my name is Iman and this is my video diary for Life Sociology. It will include the following 6 topics: football community and identity, racializing space, Narborough Road, UK's most diverse road, religion and communities, memorialization, industrial decline and social change. Here we have King Power Stadium, home to Leicester Football Club. Football clubs originated from local groups such as working men's clubs and church organisations. Sports clubs were created for entertainment purposes, but also as a distraction from the poor working and living conditions at the time. It provided a solid local identity, as many people feel that it signifies a local status and plays a huge role in their community. As you can see here, this is a painted mural of the Leicester Tigers, clearly showing the pride the community has in their local rugby team. Sports clubs, including football and rugby clubs, often sell replicas of their current uniforms to feed the fans' need for conformity. However, it can also be argued that the clubs are capitalizing from the fans' need for conformity rather than aiding their need, as these replicated uniforms are not cheaply priced and are changed periodically. The most common stereotype given to sport fanatic is their deviant behaviour. Although it may not be true for all, it can be seen quite often from football fanatics. Here is a picture of a car parked in a no parking zone. The rugby stadium is right across the road to the hospital. The stadium's location might have been strategically chosen considering rugby is a violent sport. We must also consider the tendency of fans, whether out of joy or anger, to rage and create chaos that could result in injury. The idea that in Western countries, ethnically dominated areas tend to look more run down and less looked after compared to their white counterparts. For example, Cora & Son, a successful manufacturer of textiles. It was once the largest knitwear producer in Europe, and even had a major influence on the development of Marks & Spencer's retail stores. Considering all of this, as you can see, the area itself is very run down and doesn't look that wealthy, which doesn't reflect its success story at all. Narborough Road is said to be the UK's most diverse road. First of all, what is the definition of diverse? Diverse is the inclusion of people from a range of different social and ethnic backgrounds. I can confidently say that it was full of various cultures by merely looking at the shops and restaurants that offered different cuisines. We had the chance to chat with the cab driver taking us to Narborough Road. Upon finding out we weren't locals to Leicester, he proudly said, "You'll be shocked." He then went on to add on, if you like Turkish food, you'll love it there. There's also a lot of Eastern Europeans. Although what the cab driver said about the ethnic diversity was true, it is hard to say that the road represented diversity in social classes, as a majority of the businesses there provided services that would appeal to the working class by emphasizing their low prices. When asked if the area was a low-income area, the cab driver said, "That's where the money is. You see, I'm Leicester born. This place is a place for investments." He then went on to explain that cab drivers make their livelihood from the vibrant Narborough Road. Durkheim proposes that religion has 3 major functions. The first one is to maintain social solidarity through shared rituals and beliefs. The second, to enforce religious-based morals and norms, to aid conformity and to control society. And lastly, it offers meaning and purpose for answers to existential questions. It is true that religion provides control in society. However, it also creates a sense of community for those belonging to the same religious group. It also gives the community a sense of responsibility, especially towards those that are less fortunate. For example, the Christian Church promotes the idea of being a good Samaritan. And Muslims are encouraged to give sadaqah, which is essentially the duty to give charity. The Sikh temple, on the other hand, is known to offer weekly free meals where all are welcome, thus including those that do not belong to Sikhism. Memorization is the process of preserving memories of someone or an event. It allows people and communities to remember events or people that are important to them. Memorization doesn't only consist of remembering the dead, it can also be important events. For example, the London 2012 Olympics. Olympic Park in London Stratford is an example of an event being memorialized. Although statues are usually made for those who made significant changes in society, it is hard to argue if those changes are positive. In recent events, we've seen protests to take down certain statues that may be seen as problematic. Many public figures have been asked to be taken down due to their racist history, for example, Churchill. The closure of coal mines had a huge effect on local and national economy, but it also took a toll on men's mental health due to the social issues it came with. Miners were usually not educated and worked in the mines all their lives, starting from when they were teens, therefore had no other work experience. A lot of men, as it left them unemployed and unable to provide for their families. Locals were now faced with the abrupt poverty and were struggling to survive. People went from having a secure employment, nice homes, and what was seen as well off, to the complete opposite. Thank you for listening to my video diary.